Welcome to the Green Ring, and thanks for watching. This video is first in a series of intermission features between Die Walküre and Siegfried, during the channel's note-by-note analysis of Wagner's Der Ring des Nibelungen from first page to last. Please do leave a like and or add comment, even subscribe to the channel, any of these being so vital to the YouTube algorithm which keeps this one-of-a-kind enterprise afloat. The Green Ring introduces many syntactic innovations crowded among those traditional analysis has identified as leitmotifs or motifs. This commentary prefers to take Wagner at his word, who thought of his music's functionality as parallel to that of spoken and written language. Through the large web of themes which dominate all four works, a language has been created of which the world as yet knows nothing. Rather than confuse the issue by adopting in place of musical terms linguistic ones, such as noun, verb, preposition, prefix, suffix, the Green Ring refers to the longest of the tetralogy's syntactic elements as morphemes, shorter constituents, modules, the shortest, cells. Since no previous analysis has recognized these elements, and as they play so prominent a role in this exhaustive analysis, special attention is devoted to them at this midpoint, giving those who follow the arguments it presents a clearer grasp both as they move forward and when revisiting prior chapters. This video concentrates on the Meister's employment of what the Green Ring identifies as the God turn to advance his narrative purposes. The module this analysis identifies as the giant turn is easily identified in giant syntax recognized by all traditional analysis. The God turn is more deeply buried, but, like the giant turn, sounds early in the work side by side with the giant module in the sinuous clarinet figuration, first substantive variant of the eremorpheme. Rather enigmatically, it emerges only gradually over the course of Das Rheingold, where one would imagine it ought to dominate, the gods being that chapter's primary focus. The sense in this emerges from the intensification of racial conflicts over the tetralogy's course, a struggle which only solidifies towards the end of Rheingold's last scene. The module does flicker in Scene 1 to contrast the Rhine maidens from Alberich's lower state, a resonance partially exposed in Loge's Scene 2 appeal on their behalf, then more notably as he taunts Alberich. It solidifies by opposing the giant turn as the horde is piled around Freya, then as the fire god protests Wotan's selfish determination to keep the ring for himself, during which Loge tellingly contrasts god and giant turns. The god turn then comes into its own definitively as the god announces his cryptic plan for overcoming the danger loss of the ring now poses. In Die Walküre, the god turn acquires real prominence as the god's scheme flowers, at which he hints as Das Rheingold ends, a process begun with the Act 1 prelude's development of a fierce opposition between god and giant turns, that racial conflict at drama's center. Siegmund's personal morpheme includes the giant syntax, Sieglinde's purifying influence, contradicting it with the partial god turn of her winsome grace, punctuating her offer of water to the hero. Siegmund describes his dam and sibling with it, which goes on to personify his opposition to giant-descended mortals. Sieglinde finds it in Wotan's gaze during her wedding, then it shivers through the love music of Winterstürme. It then plays a continuing role in Wotan's great Act 2 monologue to embody his most secret thoughts, Loge's dubious influence, and his fears regarding both Alberich and the giants. It energizes his frustrations over failure to create a free hero, then echoes in Brünnhilde's amazement at his bitter fury, becoming an engine driving her determination that Wälsung should live. The god resurrects it as he chastises the renegade Walküre, several times using it to depict the godly force both of his anger and disappointment. With it, Brünnhilde repeatedly calls on the justice of Siegmund's cause for its distortion to permeate the aching melancholy of Wotan's farewell. This is as far as I'll examine instances of this module until moving forward to Siegfried and Götterdämmerung, where it continues to have a significant impact on the work's syntax. My hope is this short video gives you a more complete idea of what I believe are its associative ramifications. Thank you again so much for watching, and do please hit the like button, leave a comment, and if you found this worthwhile, subscribe for the rest of what will be an epic journey. Any and or all are so important to the YouTube algorithm. Oh, and a little donation to my Patreon account would be a huge help in completing this massive work.